Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Star Shadow Plays. I'm your host Rob, aka Star Shadow. We're here with some more Cyber Knights, Flashpoint, picking up with the adventures of Cyber Valkyria Delta, as we have just finished another heist, this time a escort mission, an escort VIP crossed an abandoned airfield, I believe it was, and it went about as well as it could have gone. I was really surprised at how well things went, because that was our first escort mission, first VIP mission, and it went really well. We were able to get through in plenty of time. We didn't get caught. No one got shot or anything. It was all on the down low, really. I guess is the best way to put it. We did it was a really strong effort from the team, and we got saved a couple times by a couple of talents that I was happy that we invested in, so we are very happy. So now look at us, we're up to almost 200,000 buckaroos or eddies, or what do they call them here, digis, credits, bucks, creds, yeah. So eddies are in Cyberpunk 2077. But yeah, bucks, the big bucks, UWs. I guess bucks is probably the best way to go, or creds. But we're back in the safe house now after that. But this most recent update that has gone through has given us one very important thing we need to discuss here. It is actually, we go into here, a new class, Agent X, which is a high-tech killer with phenomenal mobility and tech warping cyber control. The Agent X's nanohive implant is at the forefront of dangerous experimental cybernetics, infusing and linking the agent's body to a nanite swarm. This allows the agent to glitch short distances at undetectable speeds, gives them a variety of infiltration talents, and makes them a nightmare for enemy drones. Their fighting style is uniquely suited to unleashing a hail of bullets, with dual-wielding SMG abilities and bonuses to full auto damage available on their talent tree. So as you can see, once you have your hive in, everything is open to you, which is awesome. So let's take a quick look here, because I have not really had a chance to have a look at the Agent EX class yet. This is one that in the very beginning, when you're creating your squad, you can actually sub out the Vanguard for this class. If you are probably more interested in a loud kind of playthrough as opposed to a quiet. The Vanguard is definitely more on the quiet side. Agent X here has some stealth abilities, but is definitely more with the wielding of SMGs, more for getting you to drop on people with your SMGs. So white noise, this looks like an ability to zone awful sounds, it looks like. So a debuff for inability to hear sounds of movement. So that's a movement one. Fully reload SMGs along the side, and glassy-eyed aim lock. Oh, there's an aim lock streak. Next attacks gain plus 25 ballistic pure damage upgrade, plus 25% armor shred, and maintained as aim lock streak for your next 2 attacks. Wow. So yeah, that's a full-on mow them down kind of thing. Extra automatic, it's a passive. If your attack deals damage while on an aim lock streak, instantly gain 1 move point. That's really cool, and then you get more of them. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, if we go over here, the reload, adrenaline flow when taking damage from attack, instantly reduce damage by 50% and gain a move point. And all up here, life hack, bonded nanites replicate physical conditions. So swap the percentage field of your HP bar with an enemy within 10 meters. Imperfect healing has a chance to increase injury or answer. So this is a very interesting kind of ability here, in that if you're really hurt and there's like someone nearby who hasn't been attacked, you could swap and refill your HP and force the other, like the enemy, to have your nothing HP and make them very easy to kill at a small risk of injury and stress. That's an interesting ability. All right, there's a speed tree here too. Glitch move in a straight line. So you don't trigger Overwatch security devices, and you're not seen or heard, and you don't generate any recoil. You can't go through walls. And if glitching for a second time in eternity, you may generate injury time or stress. Oof. Supremacy. When security level rises, gain evasion, move point, move speed. Okay. Shuriken wave, whirling, searing cloud of nanite strike all enemies within 10 meters of your current position, causing 50 pure damage and debuffing evasion and move speed for the remainder of the turn. Oh, so okay, I thought this was almost like a slash slide and that you did it in a line, but no, this is everything within 10 meters. That's interesting. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but a good finishing kind of thing, or just a start. Smoke screen for nano smoke, dense cloud 5 meters across, blocks all sight and attacks too, except for melee. Agent X is able to see out of the cloud when standing inside, or shoot at a target standing inside it, as long as no other factors block that. That's kind of interesting. Hijack, what do we got here? These must be drone abilities here. So disable a level 1 security device. Okay. At the start of the next 2 turns, there's a 40% chance to disable the next nearest. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, okay, so that's like a chance for free disabling there. Shadow, release a swirling shadow form, moves in a straight line from your position towards the destination within 20 meters. Any enemy who sees the shadow would immediately become suspicious, rotate towards its destination, and move to investigate it. Oh, so this is like a decoy. Like a decoy lure kind of ability here. Encope bullet, delivered by bullet, nanites burrow into and infect drone systems. So hitting an enemy drone, debuff target with minus 100 HP per turn and minus all range accuracy. Whew. Signal grift, cancel the body timer and steal the biosignal from a dead enemy within 5 meters. The grifted signal allows you to avoid triggering all security devices except visual systems for next 2 turns. Okay, so so you kind of take the so you take the biosignal, and anything that's not visual thinks that it's that person, so it doesn't trigger anything. That's pretty interesting. And since they think it's that person, they don't go looking for them, but the body can be discovered, in which case then you're kind of screwed. That's an interesting stealthy ability. Leech, okay, designate an area of 10-meter radius, then 15 meters, and while any drone is inside the area, they are debuffed with minus move speed, and they take damage. Oh, and if they take damage, it's recouped by Agent X. Oh, that's interesting. And lastly, the armor. You can immediately patch an armor. That's pretty interesting. Definitely a little bit more combat focused, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's an interesting class. We'll have to think about how we might be able to fit one of those in. I mean, like a combat stealthy kind of thing, so you know that you're going to be in combat. Kind of almost like an ambusher, I think, is kind of the way to think of it. You know, our vanguard is our stealthy, quiet person to help us sneak around. but the Agent X is more of a sneaking around to set up an ambush to kill kind of deal, which could be useful in certain situations, but even on my team when we're in like combat situations. But yes, so after the last mission, the VIP escort here, our final member of the team got their code name. That is our initial soldier, who has now been dubbed Pain for now. I went through the auto generation of names to see if I could find something that could be interesting, and that one was like, I found that one to be kind of funny, so I was like, we'll go with that for right now until we can think of something better. But yeah, so right now she is Pain, which I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. That's why I kept it. So now everyone in the team has a code name, and everyone in the team is power level 2. So everyone is not bad here. So we're looking good. Of course, Cyberknight, who's been involved in a lot of things here, is at power level 5. Definitely the strongest. Getting close on that hype though. Getting close on that hype, which would probably either up like the grit or below the level things. Maybe he might proc a new one. I don't know. And Mute also is at hype 60. She's very close to moving up here, which is cool. Oh, and Sin 2. Okay, so you know, we're seeing some good hype, and stress is not terrible, but 30, you know, we like to bring that down a little bit. All right, so after now we've just looked at the new class, we looked at the marks. One thing we can look at also now is with our newfound, well, I don't want to call it riches, that's not very rich, but our newfound money, we can finally build a module. So our decision right now is between two things. We go with the Simstream Detox, which will help us burn off stress, which of course I like. But the second option is the counter intel pod to generate tokens to reduce heat and headhunters. Definitely gonna get both of them. Those are like two of the big ones, but the order is what's gonna matter here, because we have enough money and time right now to order one. But the thought process for me is we either get the counter intel pod, because the missions are starting to come a little bit, I think, and we're gonna see two conversations coming up that I'm guessing are gonna give us missions, so that might be helpful for cutting down heat in between. Or what we could do is do the Simstream Detox. We have a couple people at 30% stress. We might be able to start bringing some of those down, and then if we do that, since it's only 36,000, we can also work on possibly upgrading HQ. We would have to do another power wire first, but then we could do HQ, or we could do cold storage, which is also not very much. We'd have to do no, we actually don't have to do power level, so we could do a few things with it as well. And also we could start thinking about cleaning up the next stress room and having things ready for the next upgrade. So those are my decisions right now. Barracks soon. We have to do another power wire, which we will probably add in too, to have that just done. But since we don't have a lead on anyone, and we don't have the underground hub that will start getting those recruits, then we don't need to worry about that yet. So I want to see a token generation times 10. Okay, 10 days. Okay, that's interesting. On the other hand too, the other thing about the counter intel pod is that it does 6 nano pollution. The detox does not do any. And so if that does 6, then there's a reason why we wouldn't be able to do really any of these, because this requires 4 nano pollution, and this one requires 6. So we wouldn't be able to upgrade the HQ if we do the pod. In which case, then if we did the pod, we would have to start looking into upgrading the nano scrubber so that we can look to do that, because that will get us up to 24, give us some nice headroom. But yeah, so that's the thoughts that we're thinking about right now. So we have to decide how we want to do things. I think I'm leaning towards. I thought I was leaning one way, and then I thought about it, and then I was leaning a different way, and then I was leaning a different way, and it's just been everything. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take this message here, find out if it's a mission, and that might make my decision, because it might be legwork. So let's find out what we got here. From Aiden Luciane. I've discovered the location of a valuable game milieu data block buried under one of their hideouts. I want you to deploy a virus by spiking its CPU. To keep it hidden, the data block is decently shielded and isn't connected to anti-quantum networks. It's what passes for quantum isolation under the streets of New Boston. They can Q-gap their cores, but it won't slow us down. What's on the Q-milieu data host? I don't actually care. It's a powerful system that's a part of their computing backbone. I just need you to take it out. So, you can steal any pay data you can find while you're getting to the CPU. We may be able to make that hit for you. So we have the Q-gap spike job. So we have to, the brewery excavation. We be paid to spike a CPU. Okay. Upgrading module. We talked about this already, didn't we? Yeah. Let's take a look at this. Hacking for loot. We would need this one. Hacking required. 15 days on this one. Requires hacker. So this looks like it would take. We have to go in with 4 marks. Okay, so we have to go in and hack. So this is actually similar to a mission later in the game. Kind of interested to see how that looks a little bit. So earn 132. The problem is that our hacker is out on low success legwork. Maybe I should have waited in, but yeah, that could be a problem unless they the high success here. That would be good. That would be good, but so yeah, questions here, but it is worth a decent amount of money. 132 gives another what 100,000. Get extra XP if completed in under 8 turns. The problem is that we got to see if she is going to be ready, which if she's not, because we have to take her. She's the only hacker we got. Therefore, I wanted to get moving on that, but let's start cleaning this up while we're thinking about it. Oh, here we go. Oh, looks like Mute's got a job for us. I know we've been looking for ways to cut an extra profit. I've been working on a job we could pull ourselves. With Warner Brown Global coming into New Boston in waves, they're setting up new corporate sites all over the city. They're still prepping, so the sites aren't fully secure or staffed yet. I've been watching a new Warner Brown Global nanofab site coming together and getting stocked up. Given your skill set, that sounds like an interesting start, Mute. I've got all the details right here to review. It looks like we could make a haul if we hit it hard enough. All right, so cube run. which is I believe another of these that we just take whatever we want. Oh, this is like is this like a 2-part? I'm just curious to see what it looks like. Yeah, we'd have to go in. Oh, that's interesting. We would go in and oh, that'd be, it's like a 2-parter. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've done that. Have I? I'm trying to think. It sounds familiar, but I might not have done it yet. All right, so we have another option there, but that one at least is long term. We don't have to worry about that yet. It's like one of those if we have time missions. Okay, like I said, I want to see this. This is gonna make my decision. So bad. It didn't work. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to do that mission then, because I don't think she's gonna be ready. Stress is up to 40 though. I don't like that. I think we're gonna have to go with the Detox. All right, so 1, we have that, and 2, cooling, so we could, I think we can do that. Okay, build, there it is. I was like, where? I was like clicking on it, trying to figure out where it is. I was looking over here for build. It's right here. Build. All right, so we can do that. All right, well then that answers that question. Then we can work on this as well. Limit of cyber. Oh, because we have 2 tests going. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because I'm cleaning too. All right. All right, well, let this run a little bit here. Because well, I'll probably push the loophole heist out pretty soon then. I'm gonna let this run to finish these, and then we'll pick this up, see what it is, and then we'll kind of decide around what's going. Here we go. We are running short of time to complete. Oh, we're running short of time to complete Octane's loophole heist. We're not. It's not Octane yet. Remember, your loan hangs in the balance. Forgiveness isn't cheap, and it isn't free. I need you to hit the finance relay. Heist makes mistakes in our line of work. We'll move when our plan is flawless. I am not one to wait. When I want something, time is short, Star. Yeah, we know. There's 5 days. I don't know why she's rushing us. I don't know why she's rushing us. All right, so we have now available Detox in order to... Okay, I just want to see. We'll go look at it. We want someone to be in there. How long it will take. She can't go to Detox. Okay. Oh, everyone's kind of gone down. They're down to 20. And the only one who's up here is Mask, who we can't send to Detox anyway. But everyone else is kind of burned off a little bit here, so we don't need it or quite this second then. But in that case, we can upgrade that. Let's get the room going here. Right. And that up. Let's upgrade this too. Yeah, so this is gonna do both of those. Okay. Maximum blueprints, maximum set size. I mean, it's not that important for us here. Maximum cryo utility, upgrades to the cryo utility, which I guess could be important. Let's see. You don't need cryogenic for that, so no big deal there. So we don't have anything that absolutely needs that yet. Oops. It's when we start upgrading, so we don't really need to do the cryogenic cooling yet. We don't want to, because the main thing that we would use out of that is the utility upgrade for our cryogenic cooling. But the maximum number of blueprints integrated for a single craft. I mean, all right, let's find out what it is. I think it's important that we find out what stuff is. Okay, so what that means is that with these two going up, we're gonna have to upgrade the nano scrubber before we can add in our counter intel. So we have that we have to worry about. Okay, and then I would have to do both of those. Yeah, so so this is gonna take up that all of the nano scrubbing, so that's why we're gonna have to upgrade that. Then in order to upgrade this is when we want to upgrade the detox, that is when we would need to upgrade. Oh no, we are doing the cold storage. I'm completely forgetting already, but once that's done, then we would be able to upgrade to level 2, which would then give us a chance we can make another detox bench. And yeah, so we should be, yeah, okay, so we're good there. Let's find out what's going on here. From Origami Joe. Got a line on where a gang is keeping the loot. They were siphoning off Warner Bros. Global. The Los Angeles is ripping them off bad, but they're running out of places to stash their stolen loot. Stealing from the thieves. Maybe even before they have a chance to count it. It's just a tip. I won't try to say it's more than that. You'd be the one going up against the Los Angeles. But let's say they're busy stealing Warner Bros. Global's lunch. Watching their spot. And for this tip, what would we owe you? I'll say this one is free. Keeping the Los Angeles off balance is a reward on its own. So we have a raid option here. Well, not going to be paid, but this is another one where we have to steal for ourselves. So salvage crawl. Let's have a look here. Okay, so loophole heist will be the next thing we do. We may or may not be able to do this depending on how Sync does with her legwork. Then we have a couple of missions here to do as well that will help make us some money. So loophole heist will make us some money, and most importantly, we don't have to worry about the $2 million debt that she would otherwise call in. So that's important. So a lot of money there. All right, we're actually pretty low here. So her success rate's up to 66, so that's good. But if she fails here, then we basically will lose out on this because it's like another 8 days. All right, so we are upgrading this. We got our detox open. Like I said, no one needs it right now. Sync will need it though when she comes back. If she manages here, then she'll be fine, because we'll have to set. Well, yeah, no, we would be able to. Let me see. No, if she finishes, we'll have to send her out right away to do this, and then we would dump her into detox for a little bit. I think so yeah, so she's at 40. It's not great, but it is what it is. We had to send someone, and since we didn't have really any other options, that's what we decided to do. So let's finish out this day. We'll get heat down to 11, and now we are in a great position to do the loophole heist, which we'll take a look at real quick here. So we just looked at it. Cyberknight has to go because Cyberknight is absolutely needed here. So if we enter mission planning, There's leverage that we could get. Blip erases up to 4 security tally created an hour later this turn for 10,000. Quantum reverb, reduce quantum security tally if we do any hacking, which we're not going to do because we're not going to have our hacker anyway. Calibration leak, debuff all enemies with minus 25% ballistic kinetic armor for 2 turns, which is not bad. System malfunction, disable for 40,000. Oh, that's a lot of money for that though, when we're going to be going quiet anyway. Right, so we will have to get in. That's always a fun thing. I've done this one a few times, and we'll see how if they change it again. But the first time I went, it was fairly straightforward and easy. Second time was not as easy. It's definitely really interesting the way it's set up. So that will be fun to try to get in. And then the bunker itself could be interesting, but I've done that enough. I may be able to get through it real quickly. We'll see. We will see how that goes. But if we look at it, we would send who would we want to send actually out of our soldiers? I'm trying to think of what's the difference. Pain's faster, and I think is a better shot too. But Rook has a little bit more hit points as befitting of a castle. And with the ignoring up to recoil and far less recoil gen, it's the same, but a little bit of built-in armor. Oh, she's got more built-in armor. Better shot, looks like, with the weapons that she has. Stress resistance better up here. That's a good question. Who we want to take? Trying to think here. Well, how we want to do this. We're definitely gonna want to take one of the soldiers because we know what's coming up. We may have to shoot our way in a little bit. Don't really want to do that. That's a lot of risk for wounds, so we would like to avoid that if possible. I think in this case this might be a one for Rook, who's slightly faster. I just want to set this up so I don't forget. Yeah, I think that's gonna work for us here for this. And then we'll be set up to go. So that means that heist will be a 2-part episode. We'll do the infiltration in one episode, then we'll do the second part in the second episode, because otherwise it would be very long. It'd be like 2.5 hours. And I don't want to do it all in one go, because that's a lot of time to take up for one night, and B, that'd be exhausting for all of you to watch. So we'll break it up and make it a little bit easier. So that will be the plan there, and I'm trying to decide whether to get here and see if she's available, because we could then take her in there instead and try to hack a little bit and grab something on the way. But I'm not sure that it's worth it in the end. I don't think it's really worth it, now that I'm thinking about it. No, I don't think it's worth it. I think we're good just getting in, doing our mission, and getting out. The money is good enough for that. We don't need to grab a whole bunch more. 96, we'll take 96. That'll get us over 200. over 200k, and then we can start working on the heat one, the pod, the counterintelligence pod, or is that what it's called? Counterintelligence? Counterintel, yeah, pretty close. For this, which will be good. Oh, and the nano scrubber we gotta up. So those are the two things we have to worry about next. But yeah, so and then that's what these two missions here will do for well, these two missions here will do for us. Will get us more money, hopefully. And if they get us more money, then we'll be good to go. If not, then that'll suck. But yeah, I'm expecting more and more missions to come, so I definitely want to get the counter intel pod running pretty soon so we can start getting some of those tokens for heat, because once we start doing missions like all the time, heat's gonna start going up, and we don't really want that. So yeah, awesome. So we're all set up now for the next bit. We're at a good heat level here, 11, which is pretty low, pretty darn low, really. And we're set up. I think we got a good crew ready to go. Good combat crew too, just in case things get a little dicey. Should be pretty good there. And of course, mute is like crazy fast. What is her? Get 9% stealth crit, but what's her move speed? 18%. She got 18% move speed, so she is very quick. She got a lot of range on her, which is awesome. So yeah, we're definitely ready to get things going here. So money coming, but first wipe the debt, get us going, and yeah, we're starting to look good. And then we could start looking at possibly well, we should have another recruit mission coming in the coming time. I'm not sure when that will proc, but we do have to keep that in mind. So eventually we will have to do the barracks, but we're on a good path here that we could also start looking at maybe cross-training someone into. We have two classes that we might want to look into. I don't know if we'll get any of those straight classes in a recruit, which may be something to wait for instead, to kind of see if there's anything like that, or whether we do have to cross-train. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things to think about, but that's the fun. A lot of decisions to make, fun decisions to make, and just having to work with what you're given. In this case, we're given our money making missions are we have to go in and grab stuff ourselves, and hopefully we are able to get stuff. But we've been doing pretty good in what we've been given. The money's been okay still. I like to keep a little bit in the back pocket just in case we need it. And yeah, so we should be good to go for the immediate future. So yeah, next episode, part 1 of the loophole heist. So look forward to our infiltration. Hopefully it will go better than it did the last time that I did it. The infiltration mission was definitely something, but that's next time. So thank you all for hanging out, watching a little bit. This one's definitely shorter. Look, we're getting close to 40 minutes. I thought we were on a half hour, but we tried. So thanks for hanging out and watching. If you're enjoying yourself, of course, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff on this video or any of the others we've created, whether it's in this playlist or any of the others that we have out there. And of course, more to come eventually. I got a bunch of stuff I got to put up. But shout out to all the subscribers here. Thank you all very much for subscribing. Do appreciate it. There's links in the description of the video to Twitch and Twitter if you want to check those out. But yeah, really appreciate y'all checking it out, liking, commenting, all that stuff. It does mean a lot to me. So but yeah, that is gonna do it here. Thank y'all. Do appreciate it. Hopefully y'all are doing well out there. Stay well, stay safe, stay good, stay healthy. For all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I will see y'all next time. So y'all be good, be safe, have a good one, and adios for now. Bye.